So I heard a podcast, just like a clip of it. I wasn't really listening. And it's a couple, man and woman. And it said that I even have to specify. But anyway, it's a man and a woman, couple, married couple. And they're talking about just like, habits, customs, things that people do in relationships. And I guess they had got some flack because the wife fixes the husband's plate for him. Like, it don't matter where they're at, she's fixing his plate. And like some people in the comment section were like getting all like mad about it, and they were like, and some guys were like, "Well, I'm not a baby. I know how to fix my own plate, and I know what I like, blah blah." And I was just like, so women were like, "I don't have to serve you, blah blah." And I'm like, I don't know, maybe I was brought up different, but to me, it's an honor to be able to serve my husband. He works hard all day, goes to work. Not saying that women don't, but for those of us that got a man that does it, and we don't have to, do hard labor or anything, I'm grateful for mine. So I get to stay home, take care of my kids, all that. Yes, I do run a, small business or whatever, but my small business doesn't pay the bills. So, but they will one day, or they'll contribute one day. But he's the breadwinner, and I'm good with that. We agreed upon that. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the meal thing. And I was like, maybe I was just raised different. I just thought that was normal, for the woman to fix the guy's plate. I mean, it is not because of some super emotional, spiritual reason why I do it. It's just I'm already fixing the kids' plates and stuff like that. Why not go ahead and serve my husband too? It takes like 5 seconds. And it's funny because there's been a few times where he's tried to, and I'm like, what are you doing? I got it. Unless you just want to, then that's fine. But I don't mind making my husband's plate. I don't think there's anything demeaning or anything like that about it. But I am curious, how many of y'all ladies do you make your husband's plates? Like when they eat dinner, lunch, whatever, if they're home, do you make their plate? Now, there are times when I'm not home and he's home with the kids, or he's home and I'm out with the kids. And of course, obviously, he gonna have to feed himself. But for the most part, I make his plates and stuff. The only time I don't really is if like we go to a buffet or something like that, because then we kind of like tag team and trying to get kids fed and sat down, type deal. But other than that, I usually make his plates wherever we go. Sometimes on church functions, he'll do his, but I mean, there have been times when I've made his plate and in those situations, and he's made mine in those situations. I don't know, I just think people put too much emphasis on certain things, you know what I mean? Like, I take out the trash and stuff because usually he's still at work, and then I don't want to wait till he gets home because then it's going to be overflowing. So I gotta take the trash out. I gotta check the mail, but sometimes I don't feel like going to the mailbox, and he'll go get it. Let's see what else. I don't mow the yard, and that is only because I am clumsy. I am not the most graceful sometimes. Yeah. So it's just better that he mows the yard. At least, now I could do a push mower and like a regular lawnmower, but we got that zero turn, and that thing scares the mess out of me, so I leave that for him. Cooking, he doesn't really cook because he can't cook. I don't say he can't cook. He can grill, and he can cook spaghetti, and I've seen him cook hot dogs, and I've seen him cook like eggs, bacon, and that's really about it. So I guess that's something like, God forbid, if something happened to me, my kids would still eat, and he would eat. So, but I don't feel like we necessarily have like gender roles, between the two. Like, we see something that needs to get done, it gets done, whether he does it or I do it, But I don't know. I saw that one time on a a TV show years ago, where the mom was kind of, she was like, and some of y'all probably know what show I'm talking about when I start describing the scene, but the mom was a doctor, and she was kind of being a little arrogant, thinking she was too good to serve her husband and all this stuff, and she kind of scoffed because it was either her in-law, or her parents, the mom served the dad a plate, and she just kind of like, why? He's capable of doing it himself or whatever. And the husband's grandmother, in the sweetest, kindest way, was just like, it's an honor to serve my man, and I did it for, I forgot how many years she said that they were together or whatever. And she's just saying all this lovely things, because in today's society, we dog men. I know that not all men are good, but not all women are good. But we dog the mess out of men and boys in the society, and and then just some of the stress that they have with trying to provide and also trying to leave their homes and get things right. And a lot of these men didn't have good examples of that, so they're learning for themselves, and we dog them in society so bad. And this is kind of like what the grandmother on that show was saying. She said, so when he comes home, it should be a safe place for him. It should be a safe spot that he can come home and relax a little bit. He can talk to me about whatever. And if the smallest thing I can do for him that day is fix him a plate, and that's one less thing he's got to think about, then I'm going to fix him a plate because that's my man. And I was just like, yeah, grandma, that's right. So, yeah, I love fixing my man food and plates. And I love fixing, the kids' stuff. And when they eat, it just makes me happy. I'm a simple girl. I don't need a whole lot to be happy. But anyway, how many of y'all fix your spouse their plates? I'm just curious.